The wind whispers across the Heartland ranch, carrying a quiet sadness that seems to linger in every corner. Ty stands alone, his shoulders heavy, eyes fixed on the horizon where the sun dips low. This is the moment he has feared for years. Goodbye he never thought he could face. Every memory, every loss, every unspoken word has led to this one heart-stopping moment. And now, after all the pain and struggle, the world holds its breath as Ty takes the first step toward a peace he has longed for. The camera slowly pans across the ranch, focusing on empty stables and the soft sway of grass in the wind. On the old wooden porch, gripping a small, worn photograph, his fingers tremble slightly as he traces the faces frozen in time. Memories flood him like waves, unbidden and relentless, laughing days at the ranch, nights spent watching the stars, with Amy and quiet moments shared with family. Each memory feels like both a comfort and a sharp pang of loss. The sunlight fades, casting long shadows across the porch, mirroring the weight in Ty's heart. As the soft piano music begins, the scene shifts into subtle flashbacks. Ty is seen riding through the fields, carefree and smiling, juxtaposed with darker arguments he wished never happened. Moments of isolation, when the pain seemed too heavy to bear. The narration whispers, Ty's heart has carried the weight of unspoken words for far too long. Every memory, every loss, every regret has built walls around him, walls he can't seem to tear down. The camera lingers on his eyes, reflecting both sorrow and a glimmer of hope, showing the audience the internal battle raging within him. He stands, slowly holding the photograph to his chest, and walks toward the old oak tree at the edge of the field, a place where so many of his happiest and saddest memories collide. Each step is heavy, deliberate, filled with the gravity of what he is about to face. The wind brushes past him, lifting strands of hair from his face, almost as if nature itself is acknowledging his pain. The narration continues. He is carried so much in silence, but now he knows there is no hiding from this moment.
Goodbye.
Isn't just a word, it is a storm he must weather alone. The visuals emphasize solitude. Shots of Ty's boots pressing into the earth, hands brushing against tall grass, and the gentle sway of the tree branches frame him as part of a world that keeps moving, even as he stands frozen in grief. There is no rush every frame allows the audience to feel the weight of Ty's heart. The scene closes with a close-up of his hand tightening around the photograph, a tear forming in his eye. The narration lingers, soft and haunting. For years, he feared this moment, yet he knows it must come. Every goodbye carries the seeds of peace, if only we are brave enough to face it. This is Hook plus Section 1, fully written, roughly 2,500. Characters ready to build the emotional foundation for the video. Silence can be louder than words. And right now, it surrounds Ty like a heavy blanket he cannot escape. The ranch feels different today. Too quiet, too still, as if even the land knows something is about to end. Ty stands beneath the old oak tree, the same place where laughter once filled the air. Now, only the sound of the wind answers him. Takes a deep breath, but it does nothing to calm the storm inside his chest. This is the space between holding on and letting go, and it hurts more than he ever imagined. The camera slowly circles him, never rushing, allowing the pain to breathe. Ty closes his eyes, and memories rise again. Moments he tried to bury, but never could. He remembers promises made under open skies, words spoken with hope, and dreams that once felt unbreakable. His jaw tightens as he remembers the moments he stayed strong for others while quietly falling apart himself. The narration softly carries his thoughts. Some pain doesn't fade with time. It waits, patient and sharp, until the moment you must face it. Ty reaches into his jacket and pulls out a folded letter, edges worn from being opened too many times. He has carried these words for years, afraid that reading them one last time would make the goodbye real. His hands shake as he unfolds the paper, eyes scanning lines already memorized by heart. The music slows, almost fading, leaving room for the ache in his breath. This letter holds everything he never said out loud. Love, regret, forgiveness, and the longing for peace. He looks up at the sky, blinking back tears that finally refuse to stay hidden. For the first time, Ty allows himself to feel it all without fighting. The anger, the sadness, the love that never left. The narration deepens. Strength is not in holding back tears. Strength is standing still long enough to let your heart speak. The wind grows stronger, rustling the leaves above him, as if the world itself is listening. Ty steps forward and presses the letter gently against the tree's rough bark, a silent promise that he is ready. Ready to stop running from the pain, ready to face the goodbye that has waited far too long. The camera lingers on his face, not showing everything, but showing enough the cracked strength. The quiet bravery. The man who has loved deeply and lost just as deeply. The moment stretches, heavy and raw, as Ty whispers the words he never thought he could say. And the real farewell begins. Some goodbyes do not arrive suddenly. They creep in slowly, waiting for the exact moment when the heart can no longer run. Ty stands still, the letter resting against the tree, as if the past and present have collided into one painful truth. His breath is uneven now, each inhale heavy with everything he has held inside for too long. This is not just a goodbye to a person, but to a version of himself that lived in hope, fear, and unfinished words. The camera tightens on small details, the rise and fall of his chest. His fingers curling into his palm, the dust shifting beneath his boots. Ty begins to speak, his voice low and raw, meant for no one and everyone at once. He talks about the nights he stayed awake, wondering how life became so hard, so fast. He admits how angry he felt, not at fate, but at himself for believing he could outrun loss. The narration carries his confession gently. We tell ourselves we are strong, but strength without truth becomes a prison. A soft flashback fades. In Ty laughing, younger, full of dreams, then slowly dissolves back to the man he is now. His eyes glisten, but he does not turn away. He speaks words he once swallowed, apologies, gratitude, and love that never faded. He says he tried to be brave, tried to keep moving, but the weight always followed him. The wind wraps around him again, tugging at his jacket. Like unseen hands urging him forward, Ty reaches out and touches the tree, pressing his forehead against its bark. His voice cracks for the first time, and the music swells just enough to hold the moment without stealing it. I held on because I was afraid, the narration echoes, but letting go does not mean forgetting. A single tear slips free, tracing a slow path down his cheek. Catching the fading light of the evening sun, then something shifts. The pain does not disappear, but it softens, like a wound finally allowed to breathe. Ty straightens, wiping his face, and exhales deeply. This goodbye is no longer tearing him apart. It is carrying him forward. The camera pulls back as he steps away from the tree, leaving the letter behind. For the first time, Ty walks without looking back, knowing that love remains, even when the goodbye is finally spoken, sometimes. Help arrives without words, without footsteps loud enough to notice. As Ty steps away from the oak tree, unaware, eyes watch from a distance. Amy stands near the fence line, her hands folded tightly, her heart breaking and healing at the same time. She has seen this pain in Ty before, but never like this, never so open, so real. She does not rush to him. She understands that this moment belongs to him first. The camera shifts between them, never showing faces fully, only body language and movement. Amy takes a slow step forward, then another, stopping when Ty finally senses her presence. He does not turn right away. He already knows she is there. The narration flows gently. Love does not always speak. Sometimes it simply stays. The wind carries the quiet between them. Not awkward, not heavy, just honest. Ty turns. And for a moment, neither of them moves. Amy's eyes are filled with tears she refuses to let fall. She opens her arms slightly, giving Ty the choice. After everything he has faced today, this simple gesture feels like safety. He steps into her embrace, resting his forehead against her shoulder. The music softens, allowing the moment to breathe. No words are needed. Their silence says everything. From afar, Lou and the others watch, careful not to break the fragile. Peace forming between them. Hands reach for hands. Shoulders lean together. Family does not fix the pain, but it shares the weight. The narration continues softly. Grief is not meant to be carried alone. The camera captures small details: Amy's hand gripping Ty's jacket, Lou wiping a tear, the ranch standing steady behind them. Ty pulls back slightly, looking steadier now, not because the pain is gone, but because it has been seen. Amy nods, a quiet promise that he does not have to face the rest alone. As the sun lowers, casting warm light across the land, Ty takes one last look toward the oak tree. This time there is no fear in his eyes, only respect for what was, and acceptance of what must be. Peace does not arrive with celebration or loud. Relief, it comes quietly, almost unsure, like it is asking for permission to stay. Ty walks slowly back toward the house, Amy beside him, their steps in sync without trying. The ranch feels warmer now, touched by the soft glow of the setting sun. The same land that held his pain only moments ago now seems touched by the soft glow of the setting sun. The same land that held his pain only moments ago now seems to carry him forward instead of pulling him back. The camera follows their shadows stretching across the ground, long but no longer heavy. Ty's breathing has changed, steadier, deeper. He still hurts, but the sharp edge has softened. The narration reflects his thoughts. Healing does not mean forgetting. It means learning how to breathe again. Each step feels like a small victory, not over grief, but over fear. They pause near the stable, where familiar sounds greet them. The quiet shift of horses, the gentle creak of wood. Ty rests his hand on the door, memories washing over him once more, but this time they do not knock him down. He smiles faintly, the first real sign of release. This place holds too much love to be ruled by loss. The camera lingers on his hand. Steady now, no longer trembling. Amy watches him closely, sensing the change. She says nothing, but her presence speaks volumes. Ty turns to her and gives a small nod, a silent thank you for standing with him when he could barely stand himself. The narration continues softly. Sometimes peace is not found alone. It is shared, quietly, between two hearts that refuse to give up on each other. As the sky deepens into evening, Ty looks out across the ranch one last time for the day. The pain is still there, but it no longer owns him. He exhales slowly, releasing years of held breath. This is not the end of his story. It is the moment. He finally allows himself to live it without chains. There comes a moment when pain stops asking questions and simply waits for an answer. Ty stands at the edge of the ranch, the sky painted with deep blues and fading gold.
It is coming.
But he does not fear it anymore. For the first time in a long while, the darkness does not feel like loss, it feels like rest. He closes his eyes, letting the cool air fill his lungs. Grounding him in the present, the camera focuses on his posture, no longer bent by grief. His shoulders are straighter now, his stance firm. Ty thinks about everything he survived: the heartbreak, the silence, the long nights when peace felt impossible. He realizes something important. He did not lose his way. He carried it with him the whole time. The narration flows gently. Sometimes we are not broken. We are just tired. Ty reaches into his pocket and pulls out a small object, something personal, something tied to the past. He studies it one last time, not with sorrow, but with gratitude. This chapter mattered. The love was real, the loss was real, and so is the strength that grew from it. He places the object on the fence rail, not as an ending, but as a marker proof that he faced what once scared him. Amy joins him again, standing close, but not touching. She watches as Ty lifts his head and looks ahead, toward whatever comes. Next, he does not smile, but there is calm in his eyes. A quiet understanding passes between them. He is ready now, not because the pain is gone, but because it no longer controls him. The camera slowly pulls back, showing the ranch stretching wide and open before him. The narration settles into its final truth for this moment. Moving forward does not erase the past. It honors it. Ty takes one steady step ahead, then another, choosing life, choosing hope, choosing peace, one breath at a time. Morning arrives quietly at the Heartland Ranch, soft and gentle, like it knows this day is different. The light touches the land slowly, resting on the fields, the fences, the open sky. Ty stands outside once more, but he is not the same man who stood here yesterday. The weight that once followed him has loosened its grip. He breathes in deeply, and for the first time, it feels easy. The camera shows small signs of life, beginning again, horses moving calmly, birds lifting into the sky, the world continuing forward. Ty watches it all, not with sadness, but with understanding. Loss did not end him. It shaped him. The narration speaks softly. Peace does not mean the pain is gone. It means the heart has learned how to carry it. Amy joins him, slipping her hand into his. This time, he does not hesitate. Their fingers lock together, steady and sure. There is no need to speak. Everything that needed to be said was spoken in silence, in tears, in standing still long enough to feel. Ty turns his face toward the sun, closing his eyes, letting its warmth settle into him. He thinks one last time of the goodbye, not with fear, not with regret, but with gratitude. Love does not end when someone leaves. It stays living quietly, in memory, in strength, in the courage to keep going. Ty nods to himself, a silent promise that he will live fully, honestly, out without running anymore. As the camera slowly pulls back, the ranch fills the screen wide, open, full of possibility. The music fades into a soft, hopeful tone. The final words appear gently on screen and in narration. Some goodbyes break us, some goodbyes heal us. This one finally brought peace. The screen fades to black, leaving only the sound of the wind and the feeling that at last, Ty is finally at peace.